Hi guys, happy Tuesday. So, it's not Friday, so thank the gods, and it's Tuesday, so that's good. Alright, more Romanian folklore, and I am loving it. I don't know if you guys are loving it, but Nettles Garden, theoldcraft.com, amazing. Incredible. I love you so much. You're amazing, and just everything that you do is just so amazing. I did not know that there were Romanian Book of the Dead. It's incredible. So, I mean, I'm just overwhelmed with the plethora of information that is coming in now, compared to what was coming in, which was nothing. So, it's pretty interesting stuff. So, alright, I know this has to do with spring, but this is another Romanian folktale. So, it's a spring tradition. So, it's Martisor, Rope of the Year, a Romanian spring tradition. And again, I do not speak Romanian, so excuse me. So as we've come to learn, and this article is by Radiana Pitt, February 28th, 2018. And it's Nettles Garden, the Old Craft. Alright, so as we have come to learn, the ending of February and the beginning of March is a time of celebration for the Romanian people. They celebrate the new Agrarian year through old traditions such as the week of centaurs, horses, dragobet, the now Martisor, which Little Mars. So by far it is one of my favorite traditions, she says, in my collection of Martisor. Is a testimony to that. So she says, I have kept the most significant ones since she was a child, and to this day, she says, I cannot wait for the 1st of March to come around and to celebrate, and of course to receive and make myself new Martisor. Alright, so obviously, yeah, I'm horrible with Romanian, so don't worry, I will be taking some courses. Alright, now, where did I go? Oh, there I am. So this celebration is important she says this celebration is important to me because of its significance and lore. I'll put Little Mars through a little nail, said Babadocia, in defiance of the war god and guardian of agriculture, when she ascended the mountain with her flock. So thus the tradition of pinning Little Mars close to one's heart was born. And we have some really interesting photos of this, and it's just really, 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 really gorgeous. So the primordial signs used as stitch symbols by Romanians and their ancestors, the Daco-Thracians, are derived from the symbols of the Dacian solar cult. The symbols are a complex pattern of which each element has a purpose. The shape of the rhombus is used as a symbol of Earth's fertility and vital force. The angles represent the purpose of life, giving sense and direction, while the segments are associated with different aspects of life depending on their numbers. For example, 3 parallel lines represent 3 stages of life: birth, self-realization, and death. So, now, Martisor is a Romanian tradition of Daco-Roman origin, celebrating in the beginning of spring on March 1st. So the word Martisor is the diminutive of March, Marti in Romanian, and it means Little March. In ancient Rome, New Year's Eve was celebrated on the 1st of March, and it was named Martius in the honor of the god of war and guardian of agriculture, Mars. Now, Daco-Thracians also celebrated New Year's Eve on the 1st of the month, while the Romans named their March after their god Mars. Thracian named their March after the god Marsyas Silon, the inventor of the pipe. Oh, a wind instrument that has a spiritual significance for the Romanian people. Oh, panpipes. And that's funny today, synchronicity right here. A temple, an ancient temple of Pan, was found. So yes, that is very synchronistic right there. Alright, now where did I go? So his cult celebrated fertility and the rebirth of nature. Martisor is also the name of the red and white rope, also called the rope of the year, Funia Anulu Anuli in Romanian, which is given to dear ones as a sign of appreciation and admiration on the first day of March. Well, I know who I'm going to make one for on the first day of March. So the Martisor is a talisman as well as a symbolic calendar. Now, according to old traditions, it must be given before sunrise. Okay, yeah, I can do that. And it is believed that those who wear it will be strong and healthy throughout the new year. Now, in the old days, both men and women used to wear it as bracelets, pendants, or pinned to their clothing. So, close to the heart, until the last day of March, when they tied it to a twig of their twin tree, or a fruit tree if they didn't have a twin in nature. Nowadays, only women keep the tradition of wearing it, but men participate in the tradition by offering it to them, even though there is a huge market for Martisor Day in Romania, where you can find all sorts of charms, trinkets, and jewelry tied to the red and white rope made of either wool or silk. Traditionally, the rope is accompanied by a stitched symbol or a coin, silver or gold, that could be worn around a neck. The neck is a pendant. Now, the rope symbolizes the union of winter and summer. The gold coin symbolizes the sun. The silver coin symbolizes the moon. In the old days, after wearing the coin for a certain amount of time, people used it to buy red wine and sweet cheese with it. Ooh, I don't like sweet cheese. I don't. I love just my regular cheese. So it was believed that the coin would invest the wine and cheese with magical powers, and their faces would remain as white as cheese and rubicund as the wine for the rest of the year. So now the rope of the year is a very symbolic calendar representative of the battle between the spirit of winter and the spirit of summer. It also symbolizes the union of opposites and a marriage of the masculine and the feminine. So it is traditionally attached to coins, totems, or stitched symbols that are meant to bring vitality, force, health, and good luck. Now, the two strings that make the rope of the year represent the union of opposites, the link between winter and summer, dark and light, war and peace, death and life. It is said that this is the thread of the days of the year, and it was spun by Baba Ducia herself, such as the Fates spun the threads of life and destiny at birth. Now, one legend says that the Dacian princess Ducia originally spun the thread in the white and black because white is the father, the sky above all, and black is the mother, the earth beneath all. Now, due to Roman influences, the black thread became red instead, as inspired by the Roman tradition of embarking on military campaigns in March. Thus, the red string now symbolizes vitality, life, fire, and blood, and the passion of women. Now, the white string symbolizes the clouds, victory, and the wisdom of men. Therefore, it also symbolizes the union between the feminine and the masculine, which gives birth to the eternal cycle of nature. So yeah, we have some really interesting stuff. So, now white is the father, the sky above all, and black is the mother, the earth beneath all. It is said that Baba Ducia was the first to spin the rope of the year. She did in black and white to symbolize the union between the earth and the heavens. However, the god Mars, who had an influence on Ducia's life, would influence the rope as well by turning the black thread red. And this is a drawing by a drawing of Baba Ducia by Radiana Pitt, or at Crowhag on Instagram. I love you. So, let's see. Okay, now even though nowadays Martisor is a token of friendship, respect, love, and admiration, Daco Romanians still use this opportunity to celebrate the Agrarian New Year. On the first day of March, women not only give and receive this token of admiration, but they also choose one of the hags in order to predict how their year and old days will be like. The hags, Babel in Romanian, are the first 9 days of March. Now, when Baba Ducia is said to haunt our plain as the spring sets in. Oh, that is just so... I love it. It's haunting. It's very haunting, so... Now, Martisor is a lovely celebration of ancient origins that has survived to this day, and that has still kept much of its original tradition. The rope of the year is a symbolic calendar that unites opposites and consecrates nature. That is what makes it a potent talisman that can be used to bring about health, fertility, and good luck. So, as a token in time, this is my Martisor to you. And there is a video on YouTube that you can go to. It's called Martisor CC English Subs, and it's episode 6, the Martisor, and that is Radiana. Yes, that is just amazing. Seriously amazing. I don't know. I've never ever experienced this stuff in my entire life. I mean, I've experienced this, but I mean, I just think it's really amazing. So, Radiana, thank you. Theoldcraft.com, thank you for bringing this information to us. Because literally, I mean, yeah, I'm genuinely interested in my in my ancestry. I think it's a very important and integral part of who you are, and I mean, it is who we are. So, I mean, that is what I really want to get into, and I really want to delve even further into it, and hopefully one day visit Romania. So, but I adore you. I love, when we talk on Instagram, you have the best energy, and it just feels like family. It feels like a family energy. So you can feel that, like, etheric cord. So it's almost like when I talk to you, I am talking to family. It's what the feel like. It's that feeling of familiarity. So, but I am very, very loving, very kind. I try my hardest, like you said, but I give off very loving energy. I try, I really do. But then again, we are, I'm almost full-blooded Romanian, Hungarian. So that's a spicy mix. So yeah, don't get us angry. Don't make the Romanians or the Hungarians or the mixed like me mad, because we stay mad for like 2 years. So I'm still mad at my gym teacher in like kindergarten. I don't know what for, but I honestly am. And another teacher too that I am still pissed off about. But that's just that fiery nature of, the little bit of Italian in me, the little bit of German, European, which is, English, England, Southern England, thank the gods, and the Romanian and the Hungarian. So yeah, spicy mixture, spiciness. But alright, guys, I hope you enjoy getting a glimpse into, my heritage. I'm, just as new to all of this as you guys, so, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. So, and that's a really good concept of what, making that and giving it to somebody like that, in the new year, on the, beginning of, when the new year comes. It's incredible. So I love the connection between heaven, the heavens, the sky above, and the earth below. It's, very, very regional is what I'm finding as well. So you go, to, one part of Romania, it's going to be completely different from, say we're down here, somewhere down here in Romania, and then we go up to Transylvania. It's going to be a lot different, just like, traditional craft in England. If you go to Anglia compared to Cornwall, there are big differences. Wales compared to Cornwall, huge differences. So regional, it's all regional. So for me, literally, it's about my own heritage and my folklore, my local folklore, for me to actually gather up and say, hey, alright, so this is how I have to practice my craft. I have to take into consideration, yes, our local folklore, which are the Potawatomi Indians. So we are protected by Chief Menominee, so very, very much just the Indians. And then yesterday, so there's this story about a witch. So this woman was real, and she was really actually killed. She was burned. So this is this was called Pearsonville, where I live, and then it was it's literally in the woods. We are literally surrounded by woods. So it's kind of like The Village, the movie, where they don't know the outside world, but we do. Obviously, we have to. So, but yes, this was named by the Indians in wood, because we are in the woods. Now, okay, so when that act came, and they lawfully they did, but it was very rude, and just the stupidity of man. getting rid of the natives that were here first. That is the biggest it's just stupid that they did that. And then came, this witch that lived in this house down here. Alright, so they suspected her of witchcraft, so they took her and they burned her. They literally did. They tied her up and they burned her. And, no, this is not the witch, Irene Ray. This is a completely different witch. And then she said to roam the forest, roam this, my area, and, down by the church, and the churchyard, and, the graveyard down here. So yesterday, and she's supposed to be in the form of a yellow corn cat. What did I see yesterday in a crescent moon? Yeah, her. It was the cat. So I do firmly believe it was her. I may be a little bit superstitious. Yes, of course I am. I'm, Italian and Romanian and Hungarian, so I am superstitious. We believe in bad luck and ghosts. So yes, I do think that cat was... it's a synchronicity, so it's not coincidental at all. I love it, so... But yeah, I had to share that with you guys. And I did post a picture on my YouTube on the community forum for you guys to see. And also my blog, my website, Ryan Occult Specialist, WordPress. So that will be, I am starting to put more stuff up there. I'm changing stuff. It's very old, so wow. I look back at it and I'm like, oh God, I went through and did stuff like this. That was a very bad time in my life. But... Alright guys. Oh, and then today, finished product. My sparrow skull. So, thank you again for that. The Bone Magic, Radiana pit, in your Bone Magic in the Romanian, lore, that is inspired by you. Thank you with all my heart. I love you with all my heart. Bottom of my heart, from the top too. So, but yeah, I'm gonna shut up. Alright. I love you guys. Stay safe. And let me know what you guys want to know down below. Click that bell. Make sure you get the notifications that I go live. And subscribe. So, I love you guys very much with all my heart, all the way from... Always gonna be Venus. Always. All the way back down. And I love you all. And thank you guys for being just amazing people. And I will see you all later.